Okay. Last time, are you guys able to successfully? I'm sorry, did we lose Kishore and Srinivas from the meeting? Their phones are not showing.
No, I'm in the meeting.
Okay, okay,
No,
I
I
think.
joined from laptop only.
Okay, okay. Maybe it only shows that speaking symbol when you are speaking. That's okay. Okay, let me just. Okay, let's start with what exactly you have done. You have tried installation and setup Kishore and Srinivas?
This Srinivas, I tried installation of Java and
Okay,
I installed it, and
okay,
Eclipse also I installed.
okay,
Using Eclipse, I'm able to run the programs which you
okay,
provided,
okay.
but I could not get the version number and I could not run the program using the command prompt.
Yeah, that may be because you have not added that Java Home, adding to Java Home setup, Java Home later.
Uh, I did that actually, and then I tried it, did not help
Okay,
me.
can you
Again,
share
I
your screen once? Uh,
yes, sure.
I think let me just. I think you should be able to share the screen. Change the presenter to. Okay, Srinivas, we will try with yours first.
Sorry, Buddha, can you please come again?
Okay, who shall we try with? Like Srinivas or Kishore first?
I can show.
Is this Srinivas?
Yeah, Srinivas,
Yeah,
correct.
I did not try Buddha. You can try with Srinivas.
yeah. Yeah, you have been changed to presenter, Srinivas. So now you should be able to actually share your screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay. So, oh,
You
so
have
this is
installed
what
it
I
here,
installed.
JDK 1.8.0. Okay.
Should I go into the directory?
No, you don't have to go anywhere. Okay, let me just take access.
Okay.
I think you have to give keyboard and mouse control.
Okay. How to do that? mm,
See, you may be having that web GoToMeeting menu, right?
right, right.
On your screen. You have to do in there.
I'm searching for the options. I'm in that go to meeting screen only.
Okay, there you clicked show, right, to show your screen.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Click show.
just beside that you should have a give keyboard and mouse control.
Okay. Actually, when I clicked that show, it went away. Uh,
Um, It may have actually gone to your top of your screen or something. A small.
okay. I can see that. You have shared your keyboard and mouse control. Okay. Now I think you can
Okay.
control me. Yep.
So wherever you are, you should be able to execute these Java commands and Java C commands. You don't have to be in the Java folder. Okay. If you are not
Okay.
getting Java, you are getting Java, but you are not getting Java C means you have JRE at your path, but not the JDK. Okay, JRE is the runtime environment. Like it's the execution environment for our programs, for our compiled programs to run. Okay, so when it
Okay.
comes to JDK, it is the thing that we need for compiling the programs that we write.
Okay.
Okay, so let's first check what is there in your path. So you have dollar Java underscore home slash bin, but I think the dollar Java home is not the way that we have to give like this in Windows. In Windows, we have to give slightly differently.
Okay.
System or .cpl is not recognized. Where is your computer?
My computer, okay.
Okay, this is Windows 10, right? I'm slightly getting.
This is Windows 10, correct. Can you see if it is on the desktop or?
Okay. Now in this environment variables, okay, I think it won't allow me to edit these system property kind of things. Okay, you have to operate. Click on the environment variables, that button, Srini, that environment variables button. Yeah, you click on that. Yeah, nothing is coming up. No, are you clicking on that, Srini? I can't hear you, Srini. I'm not sure if you are speaking. Oh yeah. Uh, Go to okay. Uh, First thing, you have installed the Java in some C colon slash Java slash JDK 1.8.0 or some other folder, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Uh, Srini, are you there?
Even I can hear you, Buddha.
Yeah.
S-
You are not able to hear
Somehow,
Srini, right?
yeah. Let me message you.
Hello, Srini.
Maybe his internet got disconnected.
Srini, can you hear us? Hello.
Buddha, did you mute Srinivas? Is asking me.
No, I did not mute anyone. Actually, his call symbol is not showing up. I don't know. Maybe he got disconnected from the call. Attendee is self-muted.
Attendee is self-muted. Okay, let me call him.
Yeah, attendee is self-muted and can't be unmuted by an organizer is what it says. Yeah, Srinivas, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I'm new to this WebEx meeting, Good meeting. So
Okay,
I
okay.
think I accidentally pressed that mute. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So now, if you remember, I was telling you that you have installed Java at c:/java/jdk 1.8.0 or some other path.
Right, correct.
Okay. So that variable you have kept it as jdk8. Just rename that folder to jdks. But anyways, don't create in this. Can you create in system variables that variable path?
Okay,
Create new. Click new. No, click new in the system variables section. Now cancel this. In the
or
system
system
variables
variable
section,
section.
click new and type Java home. In all caps, please. Many Java application underscore home. Java underscore home.
Okay,
Many applications actually use this Java home variable. So even though it is not
okay,
required, we generally create it.
okay,
So give the folder that Java is installed in. Uh,
okay,
Go to that folder where it is installed and copy that path and paste it here.
okay.
You can go to that file explorer. One second, one second.
Okay.
Uh, okay, I think I've lost the access. Okay. Uh,
Should I give you access again?
yes.
Yeah, I provide you access.
Okay, but the mouse is okay. I think mouse it will not allow me to change in this. Uh, no, this PC, C, Java. So the folder is actually this JDK 1.8.0 underscore 60. So
Okay,
we can directly give this path itself.
okay,
Yeah. Now go to a variable called path in that same list. Yeah. In that, the first one, it says dollar Java underscore home, right? Edit that. Click edit.
right.
Uh, Remove dollar and put a percentage symbol. after Java underscore home also. Yeah, click OK. OK, and open a new command prompt.
New one.
Yeah. Now try entering path. Now if you see that Java path is correctly showing it as the path instead of showing Java.
Right, right.
Okay, now if you type Java C, you should be able to execute.
Okay, now it's showing. Okay.
Yeah. Try Java C. That's more important. Okay. So now your compiler is also in the path. So path variable at the path variable. So we can directly execute the commands if we want. But anyways, as I said, we won't be mostly doing the command prompt. We will be going ahead and doing from Eclipse only.
Eclipse.
Okay.
Okay.
So you tried with command prompt, Srini?
No, I haven't tried because it's not showing up, so I did
Okay.
not get a chance to try.
Okay, okay. So just to get a feel later on when you try, just see the process of how it is going,
Sure, sure.
so that you will know what is going behind the scenes. Doing with Eclipse is okay. That's what we will be doing most of the time. But behind the
Okay.
scenes also, if you know, you will be having more confidence yourself.
Okay.
Okay. So let's come to the actual session. So what is the program you wrote in Eclipse?
Just a scanner and a couple of display variables. That's it. And
So you are
this
able
error
to
message.
execute this program? Okay,
Yes, I mean I'm able to execute this program. Correct.
okay, fantastic. Okay, Mani, you also had no issues, right?
Issues.
Okay, so what have you done, Mani? Have you tried to execute a program or something?
No, actually, I just tried to write a program like this one. Int n is equal to 2 power 31 minus 1. Is that right?
No, you cannot directly put yeah, 2 power 31 minus 1 like that.
No, I did not give like that. I mean, I gave it as like number. It's like 214 something. It's that right?
Okay,
So
can
I'll
you
make
share
it.
your screen?
Yeah, sure. I think I should be present.
Yeah, make presenter. Yeah, you are the presenter now. Okay, what does it say? What is the error that you're getting?
So it says that
Unresolved
int
compilation problem is out of range. What does it mean? That
yeah,
means it is too large for an integer
integer is
to store.
integer. Yeah,
Okay, so that is more than 2 power 31 minus 1. That's what it
minus
means.
1. Yeah.
Okay. So if you give a normal one, small number, smaller number, you will not show any.
Yeah, if you just take one number in this list and it should
Yeah.
take it, and you get output.
Yep. So, as you are using int, we have seen other data types also. We have seen boolean, which is true or false. We have seen float, which shows decimal point, the numbers with decimal points, and we have
Yeah.
seen double, which is like same like float, but it has more storage capacity.
Yeah.
And we have also seen character, which can only store a single character like A or B or C. And then we have also seen another data type called a string,
String. Yeah.
that can store a series of arrays, so a series of characters. So
Characters.
now, as I said, we have actually. Uh, Let me just go through this slide once. I'll quickly. very quickly go over this introduction session so that you will also get some idea
Okay.
about these things. So
Uh, Buddha, I think your screen is not shared. We
I
cannot see
haven't
both.
shared it yet. Yeah, I'm sharing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Uh, the reason why you can see my screen now, right?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yeah, yeah. The reason why Java has become popular is this. Generally, when we write a program, what we do, we compile that program because that program is in human understandable language, but computer cannot understand that. So, what compiler does is compiler compiles that program, which means it converts that human readable program to object code, which is something that can be read by the machine. Okay. But the problem is if we execute that compiler in our Windows, it will generate a code that is suitable for Windows. Okay, so it can only run on Windows machine. And if we want to run it on Linux, we have to use another compiler that compiles it to Linux object code and then run it on Linux. And then if we compile it on Macintosh, we have to use a different compiler and another code. That's why the exe files that can be executed on Windows cannot be executed on Linux, or .app files that can be executed on Macintosh cannot be executed on Windows. So, a program that is compiled specifically for one operating system cannot be used in other programming languages. Even though we have only one program, we have to compile it separately, and the compiled version is what we have to give. Okay, so that's why most of the applicants, when you try to install from Google, they will ask you which operating system you are using. So that they will give you the compiled code that suits the operating system you are using. Okay. When it comes to Java, sorry, this principle is called as write once, compile everywhere. Okay. And then there is interpreted language. There are other kinds of languages where now the difference between this and this is that program compiler is generating an object code that can directly be executed by operating system or the machine. Okay. So even though it is directly generating code suitable for only one operating system, that can be directly executed by that operating system. But then there is another set of languages. They are called interpreted languages. Okay, Java also comes into that only. So we are doing a process called compiling. It is actually an interpreted language. So what happens is the program, what we write, we can compile it, but it will not compile it directly into object code that can be directly executed by OS. It needs it compiles it to an intermediary language like say for example there is a translator between you and me. Okay, when I speak with you, and the translator will translate to the other person, so this interpreter will do that. Okay, object code is something that interpreter can understand, that the translator can understand. So if you want a translator to translate your language to my language, you have to speak a language that the translator understands, right? So the same way, intermediate language is something this interpreter can understand. So that will immediately convert that operations to operating system level operations at runtime. And the advantage with this approach is this: that compiler, program, everything will stay same. Okay, it will be converting to the single intermediate language. So once it is converted to an intermediate language, we can actually interpret using different interpreters which we can install on our machines. Okay, so in our Java, the motto is compile once, run everywhere. Yeah, so I don't have to generate the different builds, different executables for different operating systems. Just generate one. We generally generate a jar file in Windows, sorry, in Java world, and then we give that Java file if we want them to run. And then in Java world, that compiler is JDK. What you have installed, that Java C is the compiler. Of course, it also has some other extras. and it actually converts it to something called as bytecode. Okay, when you compile it, the generated file is called as having an extension dot class, right? That is a bytecode. And then when we are actually installing Java, we have also installing JDK, sorry, JRE. Now let me just show this. Hmm, okay. Macintosh library Java JVM. Now this JDK Java is what I installed, and if I go in there, okay, I think for Macintosh the syntax will be slightly different. Yeah, if I install, if you open your JDK folder, you will find something called as this JRE directly. Okay, because this is Macintosh, I am going all these folders. But if you open your JDK folder in your machines, wherever you have installed, you will find this JRE folder, wherein you will be finding again a bin, and then you will be having something called as Java. So to execute the Java programs, you cannot directly double click those classes. You have to execute them using this Java. That is the reason to execute a Java program, we are actually giving Java and hello world, and then it is executing it. However, if something is an executable file, we won't be giving like that, right? Okay, it's waiting for me to enter. Okay. So we won't be executing like that, right? If it is an executable file like exe in Windows, we will directly be giving hello world dot exe or something like that we would give. But because this is not directly compiled to machine language, we will have to use Java, which will be the interpreter to execute these bytecode instructions. Okay, so you got that what is happening in our JDK, what is JRE, right? When you install, when I said when you why you have got Java at your class path and Java not Java C at your class path. What did I say? You have JRE in your class path, but not the JDK. Okay, so that's what it means. You don't have the compiler at the uh, uh, system path. Now this is this is the JRE, but this is if you go into the bin folder inside the JDK folder, you will see some commands like Java C. So this is nothing but Java compiler. Okay, so this will be the one that will be converting the Java programs to dot class, which is nothing but bytecode. So if we remove hello world dot class, how do we remove hello world? Remove files in Java. Sorry. Mm, so now if I enter ls, I will not be seeing anything with hello world. Okay. Uh, ls h star. Now I only have one file. Now if I say java c and hello world dot java, now ls h star, it is showing two. So one is dot class file, another one is dot java file. This dot class file is generated by this java c. Okay, so that is how we are actually generating this Java file. How, of course, if we are doing all these things in Eclipse, we don't even have to worry about doing any of these things. They will be directly done. When you are clicking this run button, it is doing the Java C, and then it is using that Java to actually run the program. Okay, so that's what is happening when we are actually doing a Java program in the Java program. Now, so as we have figured out all these things, let's just go to our regular sessions so that we should be able to go through these sessions um, without any interruptions. So for all the programs we are writing, they get executed linearly. Okay. So if you have written some program like this, it gets executed line one line by another line. Of course, this won't be executed because this is not the main method. Okay, so this program, it gets executed one line after another. However, in our real world applications, we have conditional things, right? Let's say, for example, a user is tried to log in. If the user has given the password and username correctly, then the computer should show the web application should show the home page. Okay, let's say in your Gmail, if you have given password and username correctly, it will show the inbox. If not, it will throw an error saying that okay, you have entered incorrect username and password. Why is that happening like that? Okay, how is that being developed? See, that is a conditional statement. Okay, it decides whether to run a specific instructions or not. To do that, in Java, we use the control statements. Also, there are some other things. Let's say, for example, in your computer, you're copying, say, for example, you have selected 100 files and you have copied all those files into a different folder. What it does, it goes to the first file, it copies the content into the new directory, and then it goes to the second file, it copies the content into that previous directory. And the same way, it does it for all 100 files. Okay, there is no limit as to how many files you can select and do copy paste. That means that logic is same, like the copying from one file to another file is same, but that is getting executed repeated, right? So in real world, that also comes. Okay, so whether a certain code has to be executed more than once is also something that has to be taken care of. Again, Java provides them by means of loops. Okay, so now let me open the presentation. You can see the presentation now, right? Okay, did we lose you?
Yeah, now you can see the presentation.
Okay. So if we don't want a program that is simply linear, we want a program that gets executed in some cases, and we don't want it, not the entire program, but some lines of code has to be skipped or executed based on a certain condition. As I said, when the username has given username and password are correct, you have to be taken to inbox. Otherwise, you have to go to be taken to a screen where it says, "Sorry, you forgot your or did you forget your password?" So that is how we have to actually. That's a use case. So for that, what we do is uh, just a moment. For that, what we have to use is we have to actually use something called as if else. So if else works like this: it checks a condition, and then if the condition is true, it executes certain piece of code, and if the condition is false, it skips that and it directly goes to the line that is after this conditional code. Okay, so that condition can be a simple boolean variable or a combination of different boolean variables, etc. And this brings me to another topic that I haven't covered yet. That is the operators. So I'll go to that again. And if we see the syntax will be something like this. We have to use if, and then we have to give a condition, and we have to give a statement. So a statement can be a single statement or a multiple line statement when closed in brackets. And if also has another set of syntax wherein if we give a condition and then we give a statement and then we give else and then we give another statement. What happens is if a condition has resulted into true, that the statement which is given right after if will be executed. Otherwise, the statement that is given right after the else will be executed. In the first case, the condition, if the condition is true, the statement will be executed. Otherwise, that statement will be skipped. And also, we can combine multiple if else's like this. Okay, if else, and if another condition is there, execute this statement. Or if this is also not true, else if other condition is true, execute this. Or if none of these are true, execute this statement. So that's the typical syntax of how we actually use. Okay, so now let me just take you to the a small program. Now, if we want to directly create in Java, we can simply do that, create new class, and then click this, finish. Let's remove it. Now, scanner equals to new scanner, system.in. Now let's read a number. What this program has to do is it has to tell whether a certain number is even or odd number. So for that, what we have to do, we have to first read the number. Scanner.nextInt, and if num, and to find out reminder in Java, we use something called as the modulo symbol. Of course, it is also called as percentage symbol in our regular words, but in programming language, it is called as modulo in most of the languages. When we divide with 2, it will be giving the reminder. When this num is divided by 2, it will be giving the reminder. So, and then this w equals to checks whether these two are same or not. So when we divide this number with 2, it will give a reminder, right, either 1 or 0. So we are checking whether that number, if that number is equal to 0 or not. If it is 0, that means that is an even number. So even, else odd. If there is only one statement, you can skip these braces. If there are more than one statement, you have to put these braces. So we don't really need the braces for this if here. Okay, now what this program does is it waits for us to enter a number. It is waiting. So we have given 24. It has printed even. Okay, so in the same way, if we execute the program and we give 23, it prints odd. So this way, what happens is, what happened over here? Second time when we have given 23, and 23 divided by 2 will lead to a remainder of 1. So 1 is not equals to 0. So obviously it returns a false. I'll come to operators, therein you will understand these things better. So it returned to false, right? This statement has false. So what happens in that case? This statement will be skipped and the part with written in else part will be executed. So this part is getting executed. And then when we have given 24, what happened is this is true. So this part is executed and the else part is skipped. So that way we can decide whether to run a specific piece of code or not by using the if else condition. Have you guys got any doubt on this? Okay.
No, no.
Now let's go
No,
to,
Buddha. It's
yeah, let's go to another scenario like called as switch. Let's say um, we have a case where I have to give you a different sets of assignments. Okay, based on the name, I want to give a different set of assignments. So in those cases, say I wanted to execute. So if there are multiple equality conditions, okay, that means for you I have to do one thing, for money I have to do another thing, for Kishore I have to do another thing, or anyone. So in that case, if else, how we do? We can do something like if name dot con. Let's create a variable called name, string name dot content equals, and money, do one operation. In Java, if we give a double slash like this, that's a comment. So that means that code will not be executed. So that is simply ignored when we compile it. Else if name dot content equals Srini, content equals sure, do some other operation. Else, so we can write a program like this. What this does is, if the student is money, it performs this operation. Like, because this is money, this will be executed if we run this program. And then if this is not money, if this is Srini, this will be executed. And the same way, if it is Kishore, this will be executed. So what happens is, you will be writing multiple if else conditions for checking whether a specific variable is equal to some constant or not. So for this, there is actually a slightly modified version of that is if else only, which actually simplifies the syntax of writing such cases. Okay, the syntax for switch case is this: switch, in switch we have to give an expression that can be simply a variable which contains the value to which we want to check, and then we have to write case, and then we have to give a value. Okay, so the value can be what is the value? Well, first one value is money, another value is Kishore, another value is Srini. So when this expression leads to money, the first statement will be executed, and then it comes out of this particular switch. And then if it is Kishore, it executes the second one, and it comes out. If it is Srini, it will be executing that part and then executing. Or default is like else case, like if nothing else is true, execute this set of statements. So this is a typical syntax of how we use the switch case. So the same if else can be converted into switch case like this: switch name case money. In case of money, do assignment 1 break. What does it show? Why is it showing error? Syntax error on tokens, label expected instead. Oops, I have given the wrong spelling for switch. SWITCH is the name. So for in case of say Srini, we have to give assignment 2. And if name is nothing else, either don't do anything, or we can even write some code. So so what this is doing is doing the same thing like this. Okay, it will be checking if the content is equal, which case is matching with this variable, and whatever case is matching, and it will simply be executing that statement, and then it is, when it finds break, it will be coming out of this switch. So that is how a switch case will be written or executed. If we don't write this break, what happens is it will be simply executing the rest of the statements also. So that means it will go until it finds a matching case, and then it executes all the lines until it gets a break. Okay, assume that we have not got break. Okay, let's execute this test case and see what happens. It said do assignment 1. Okay, because we have not removed this even or odd program, it was simply executing this. So control Z. Let's just read. So let's just read a string here into the name. So now when we execute it, it waits for us to execute enter some data. When we enter money, it says do assignment 1. If we enter Kishore, it says do assignment 3. But here if you see, after executing do assignment 3, it said just relax also. Why is that? Because we have not kept any break after the writing this sys out for Kishore. Okay, so it will be executing all of these things. Now, most of the cases we will have to put it in. There can be some cases where we may want to use this break. Sorry, ignore this break. So in those cases, I will tell you later as to what cases can there be so that we can execute like that. But most of the time, that's not a good practice to avoid break, because when people see switch, they will assume that break will be there, and when they don't see break, they will think we have written something wrong, or we have written it incorrectly or something. Okay, so we have to be careful about having break or not. Okay, so because people will expect a break in switch, it's just a habit that people have gotten into. Now, as I was telling, we have used a modulo operator, right, to actually find out the remainder. Likewise, there are many operators for us to actually look. Okay, so what is an operator and what is an operand? Okay, so operators are the symbols that tells computer to perform some operation, and operators are on the variables on which the operation has to be performed. So in this statement, sum equals to a plus b, the plus and equals to are operators. Okay, what they do, plus will actually add two numbers, and then equal to will copy value from one variable and place it in another variable. The operands are sum a and b, so operations are happening on these three, so obviously these are operands. So there are different types of operators for us to look at. One is assignment operators. They are used for copying values from one expression to another variable. There are arithmetic operators for us to do mathematical manipulations. There are relational operators for us to compare how the relation, what is the relationship between the two numbers. And there are bit shift operators which will be slightly operating at bit level, and there are conditional operators that will be actually used for switching on and off based on multiple booleans. Okay, I'll explain these things one by one. So what is an arithmetic operator? Arithmetic operators are the simple operators that we see on our day-to-day life. Okay, the plus, minus, multiplication, divided by, and the modulo, that is called a reminder or modulo operator. So the usage will be a percentage b. So when we give a percentage b, it will divide the a with b, and it returns the reminder that we get when we perform the division operation. Okay, and then this plus, minus, multiplication, division, and remainder all are binary operators. They take two operators, two operands. Like when we say plus, we have to have two numbers to add, right? The same is the case with division, multiplication, subtraction, or modulo operation. So all of these need two operands. So these are all binary operators. And when it comes to a single plus, like plus 5, when we say plus 5, it simply means we have given a positive number. We don't want to add it to anything, it's just a positive number. And then when we give minus, we simply mean that is just a negative number. Okay, and then when we say plus plus, it actually performs an increment operation, like it increments the variable by 1. So a plus plus is simply like a equal to a plus 1, and then a minus minus will decrement a variable by 1. Now, now if you say int for x equals to 5 modulo 2 and print x, The answer would be, can anyone guess?
1.
Yep, yep. So Mani, you're
One.
getting it right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So typically that's how it happens, and then but then there is the other operators that we might not have seen, that is plus plus or minus minus. Okay, of course this can only operate on actually operators. So let's just default it to 5, and then let's put it as x plus plus, and then now the result will be 6, because we have incremented x by 1. So x plus plus is nothing but a shortcut for writing x equal to x plus 1. Okay, so in the case, because in most of the cases we will be incrementing some variables by 1 in most of the loops, and also that is a very frequently used operator, like operation like incrementing by 1. So obviously what they did is they have created a shortcut like plus plus. So whenever we say a variable plus plus, it means that variable will be incremented. Of course, we can also say plus plus x. There is a small difference between x plus plus and plus plus x. That is, I'll come back to that. But ultimately, after execution of this line, ultimately the value of x will be incremented by 1. So now, if you should, we should see 7, right? So we have seen 7 here. And then there are bitwise operators. Okay. Bitwise operators are something that happen at bit level. What do I mean by bit level? As I was telling yesterday, each number cannot be stored directly on its own in the computer, right? So they will be converted into ones and zeros, and then that ones and zeros will be stored on the hard disk or memory or anywhere. So the bitwise operators convert that numbers into binary numbers and then perform on each bit. That means either a 0 or 1. So depending upon those 0 and 1, they will be actually performing, giving us some result. What that result is, we will see. When we say bitwise AND operator, okay, the usage is like this: result equals to a ampersand b. So what it does is it compares each bit of two numbers, and then resultant bit will be 0 if one of them is 0. If both are 1, the resultant bit will be 1. Let's try to explain it a little bit more. The a equal to 50 can be converted into 00110010. That's the binary code for 50. The say, and v equal to that way, for that binary code will be 000100011. And then how bitwise AND operator works is it compares these 0 and 1, because one of them is 0, it returns a 0, and then it compares these two, because both are 1, it results into 1, 0, and then 0, until then it goes on until it finds both ones and puts a ones over there. So this is how the AND operation works. So the resultant binary number will be 000100010. So the resultant value is 34. You may not be able to understand this in mathematical. What is that? We may not be using these things in mathematical terms day by day, but this can be used for a simple bitwise operations without having to go for uh, 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 some operations. I'll show you in a moment what they are. Let's take any number, okay, any binary number, and if there is one in the rightmost bit, that means it's an odd number, isn't it? Why? Because a binary number can be converted into an odd number by using this formula, like multiply this with 1, the first bit with 1, and multiply the second bit with 2, multiply the third bit with 4, and then 8. Likewise, it will be multiplying with powers of 2 each bit. In the first bit is multiplied by 1, so if there is 0 here, it will be multiplied by 0, and then the rest of all of them are getting multiplied by an even number. So obviously all of this sum will result into an even number, whereas for this it may result into odd number if we have 1 here, because we are multiplying with 1 into 1 is 1, which is 1 is also an odd number, so we will be ending up with 1 at the last bit with 35. Now imagine we perform an ampersand operation with that with a number called as 1, which also contains 1 in the rightmost bit. So now when we perform ampersand operation, 1 will contain all zeros in the the bits that are after the rightmost bit, right? So only this one will be there, because this one is getting compared with this bit alone. If this is 0, which means if this is an even number, this ultimately results into a 0. Okay, if this is 1, this results into 1. So we can write that even odd program like this: if x ampersand 1 is double equals to 1, this is odd. We have to put a parenthesis. Remember, this only works for even number and odd number programs. It will not work for programs where we are actually trying to divide it with some other thing. Because 2 has that special property, we will be able to skip most of that division of remainder operations for testing whether a number is even or not. Now, let's go to the other operator. Bitwise OR operator. So bitwise OR operator also works on bits, but as you can as you can guess, we're using that name OR. If one of them is 1, the result will be 1. So now if imagine the same case. Now because this is 1, the result will be 1. Because both are 1, the result will be 1. Both are 0, so the result will be 0. Both are 1, result is 1. First one is 1, so result will be 1. So the response value will be 51. So don't worry in terms of mathematical usage. Okay, most of the times we use this to actually test whether a certain bit is on or not, for flagging kind of thing, flagging in some information. I'll deal with that later. We don't need that information at this point of time. And there is bitwise XOR. XOR is like a special operator wherein for it to result into 1, only one of them has to be 1. So now if you take the same case, because out of these two, because this is 1, this resulted into 1, and then because both are 1, it resulted into 0, and then this also resulted into 0 because both are 1, and then this resulted into 1 because only one of these is 1. That is how bitwise XOR operator works. And then there is left shift operation. A left shift operation, what it does, it simply moves the bits towards left side. Okay, so when we say a equal to 50 and then when we say left shift 3, what it does is it actually moves all the bits by 3 bits, and the new spaces will be filled with zeros, and then result will be something some 400. It is a power of 2 power n, where n is the number by which we are shifting the element. This has some mathematical implications that we can directly correlate. And then there is right shift. Right shift, as you can guess, it will be moving the bits by 3 bytes by given number of digits, and these beginnings will be filled with zeros. And then there is zero fill right shift operator also, which also works like this only. It fills with zeros. But when it comes to right shift, if there is one in the first bit, as we have known yesterday or previous class, the last bit is used for storing the sign. So what right shift will do, when we shifted that bits, if there is one here, the right shift will be filling all these values with ones, all the new values with ones, whereas this zero fill right shift will fill it with zeros. So that's the difference between right shift and zero fill right shift. And then there is complement operator. Complement operation performs an inverse operation, like it flips all the bits. So zeros will become 1, ones will become zeros. Okay, so result is 205. Anyways, it simply flips all the bits. So now, if I want you to actually try this things now, if you can, and tell me the answers you get. Write a small program that actually tests these conditions or these expressions and uh, gives a result. For the first one, I'm giving you the answer. First one will be something like this: 2 3 4 2 4 2 3 4. So the rest of the things I want you to do. Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So you are able to try that solution.
Just a minute.
Bunny, how is it going? Are you trying?
Yeah, I'm trying.
What is going on?
Yeah, I executed all of those, Buddha.
Okay.
I just messaged the results.
Yep. Seems correct. You gave it to everyone.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Mani and Kishore, are you guys able to get the results, responses?
I gave different numbers, but I got the result. I can show you like.
Okay. Yeah. If you are able to get some result, that is fine. You don't have to
Yeah,
exactly use
yeah,
these numbers only. I just want you to learn how to use them and quickly write a program. Kishore,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you how about you?
I'm doing it, Buddha.
Okay.
Uh, we can continue. I mean, I'll do it.
Actually, I want to stop over here.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll do it.
Yeah, try to do it. Otherwise, the subsequent things will get complicated slightly when we go to
Yeah.
loops. So I want you to actually write a program as an exercise or something to try out for tomorrow's session. Uh, Actually, tomorrow I think we have to have session at okay because we missed the Thursday session, so we can have one tomorrow. Do you guys want a session tomorrow, or you want to take rest in the weekend during the weekends?
Srinivas here. For me, it's okay. I can attend for session tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah, even I can attend the session.
okay. So Kishore, you are also fine.
Yeah, even I'm fine.
Yeah, how is 8 o'clock India time looking for you? Like, is that time okay? Morning?
Around 9:30, yeah, should be fine.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning 8. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday for me.
Okay, you're telling Saturday morning 8 o'clock.
Okay, okay. It is my Saturday, right? So
Okay,
Yeah,
it will be
yours
Friday
not.
night for you.
yeah, Friday night it will be like 10:30 for
Yeah,
me.
fine. No problem.
Okay. So Mani, you're also fine.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Or we can try to have something like in the evening my time, Saturday, so that it will be Saturday morning for you.
No, no. Saturday evening is Sunday morning for us.
No, no. It is
No, no,
Saturday morning for you.
Saturday morning for us.
Yeah, Saturday morning. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
anything is fine.
we can take during that time also, like something like 6 to 7:30 in the evening my time, which will be how much for you?
6 for you is like 8:30 for me.
Okay, so is that time fine for you guys?
Yeah, for me it's fine. I'll just check with Srinivas and Kishore.
Yeah. Kishore, is Saturday morning 8 o'clock your time fine?
Yeah, fine, Buddha.
Okay. No, I was just thinking that session may be too late, so you may be feeling sleepy if I take it on the Saturday morning. So that's why I'm trying to put it on the evening. Saturday morning, 6 to 7 that I have another session planned, so I cannot take it in the morning that time.
Okay.
Okay. So we will have it India time 6 to 7:30 on the Saturdays. Okay, which will be 8:30 or something for you based on your time zone.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mm.
now based on this or whatever I have introduced today, I want you to write a program that actually takes input as an leap year, an year as an input, and then checks if it is a leap year or not. Okay, leap year
Yeah,
is
sure.
not a simple leap year. Okay, to give an correct example, 2100 is not a leap year, even though it can be divided by 4. Okay, so for century years, we have to divide them by 400 to actually find out whether a number is leap year or not. Okay, when it comes to non-century years, you can divide it with 4. So I want you to write a program that actually uh, uh, gives us the result whether a number is leap year or not. Also, I wanted to write another program wherein you have to take an input of a month number of a month, and then you have to print out the number of days that exist in that month. For this second program, I want you to use switch case. Okay. So these two I want you to try to solve before we meet your Saturday morning, your time.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
you guys are clear on the problems that we have to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll simply upload this video on YouTube or something, and I'll share this video with you privately so that you can watch this if you need to refer.
Okay.
Okay. Okay,
So,
Mani.
so Buddha, your Saturday evening 6, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I can take tomorrow morning also if that time is not too late for you, which is 7:30, so 8 o'clock my time.
I think it's fine. Maybe we can take you can take a session in the evening your time.
Okay,
So
okay,
whatever you mentioned, 6 to 7:30. That
oh,
think that will be good for us.
okay, fine. Chalo then, I'll just share the video. You can go through it if you want again, and then we'll meet again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Buddha, I have one question.
Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, please, sure, go ahead.
Okay. So one question I have. The naming conventions for all the methods,
Mm,
classes, variables,
yeah,
and packages.
yeah.
Is there any where available, or do you have any document for that?
Uh, I don't have any specific document ready-made at this point of time. I'm planning to cover that at a later stage. If you want that naming convention, I think you will be able to Google it. Naming conventions
Okay.
and Java. So they are pretty much standard. Like almost everyone uses like that only. So code
Okay.
conventions, naming conventions. So these are the naming conventions people use. Package, they will use all small letters. Variable names, first letter would be small letter, and then it will be camel case. Like every word will start with a capital letter. Like order number, O is small, but N is capital. So if we have order batch
Okay.
number, B will be capital, N will be capital. Method names will also follow the same pattern. Like start with a lowercase and then use a camel case. Okay, interface names and class names, they all start with a capital letter and use
Exactly.
camel case. Okay, so when it comes to constants, they will be all capital letters. So there are some people also follow convention, like for interfaces they will put an I before the interfaces. So like this I runnable, I remote, I action listener. So that way also people do. So these are the simple conventions. These are not too big or something tough to remember. Okay. So even if you remember the class I'm writing in camel case. Okay, the class every letter, every word's first letter will be a capital letter. For methods or variables, I'm starting with starting like this. For packages, all small letters. So it's pretty straight thing. Any other questions, Renos or Kishore or Mani?
No.
Oh,
One more question I have regarding the shortcuts which you are using in the Eclipse.
mm-hmm.
So as soon as you type system, the whole system
Sysout.
out line is coming.
Yes. Sysout is a shortcut that we use, but it only comes in Eclipse. That's why I generally don't. If you are using some other IDE like IntelliJ, you may have to type sout. So if we type sysout and press Control space, it gets expanded to sysout. System.out.println.
Okay, okay,
Okay, so
okay, fine.
that's the shortcut, and even some things can also be simplified by main. Say, for example, we want to write main method. So now we type main and then press Control space. In the first, it shows main method, right? When we press enter, it creates that method signature for us. So it does provide some things quickly. But anyways, for now, try to write these things manually so that you get familiarized with the syntaxes and all.
Okay, fine.
Any other questions? Okay. Fine then. We shall see tomorrow my time evening. Meanwhile, try to solve the two problems. One is finding out if a year is leap or not. Not a simple leap year where you divide it with 4, but you also have to divide it by 400 if it is a century year. You can find the logic outside, but try to solve it yourself. Yourself. That way, you will be doing yourself a great favor. Okay. Chalo then. Bye, guys. We shall see you tomorrow my time. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Man.